Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about our first modern poem, which is September 1st, 1939, by W.H. Auden. So, I don't know, I just made this connection, but I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's really nasty outside. I'm trying to turn it, okay. Can't really see it, but it's really nasty. And it just reminded me of kind of the feelings of modernism. And it's really corny. But modernism is really a self-reflecting time. It's kind of dark. It isn't necessarily in British literature, more in American literature, but it's a good point to bring up. The Lost Generation. We just fought 2 world wars. People are spent. We have people who don't come home from the war, literally lost. And then there's people who come home from that war and they are blown away by what they saw. They don't want to work. They have no desire to do something in their lives. So we have this whole generation that just kind of sit back and let life happen to them because they've seen so much on the other side. But it's kind of that notion, that's more American, but that notion, that feeling is the same in British literature. Things like alienation, self-reflecting individualism. It's really based on the individual and just that feeling of self-doubt and so remind me of the weather outside. Completely random. But I thought it was a good point. So let's get into the poem. So September 1st, 1939. Fun fact, not really fun, but that is the invasion of Poland, World War II. So we see lots of alienation. It's actually in the first stanza, so I'll read that to you, part of it. It says, I sit in one of the dives on 52nd Street, uncertain and afraid. As the clever hopes expire of a low dishonest decade, waves of anger and fear circulate over the bright and darkened lands of the earth. So kind of dark. Kind of, we see that shift. Not so much about society anymore. It's themselves. He's sitting in one of those dives. I mean, he is terrified. We see now that people are in the cities, we see lots of urban aspects on 52nd Street. Urban. We're in the cities. We also see, one thing about this poem that is really neat is that while it is challenging with maybe not so much with the form, it's more challenging on how it approaches it. It's not just bringing in things from the past time period. It is bringing things from all of the time periods. We have Martin Luther with his theses posted on the church. We have, who else we have? We have the Thucydides, I cannot say this, but it's a Greek allusion. Thucydides. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I am not really good at pronouncing Greek things. But we see lots of things. We see blind skyscrapers. We also personification right there. Also urban. We see lots of morality brought into this as well. So lots of questions. Who can speak for the dumb? Who can reach the deaf? Who can release them now? Questions, morality. What are we going to do? These people are sitting there at home lost. They don't know what to do. They don't know. Their lives, they just witnessed 2 world wars, bodies everywhere, killing people. They don't want to work. They don't want to go in the factory. They don't feel like their life is worth living. And that's really important to them. Again, they feel alienated. They don't know what to do. We see, let's see, where is it? Lots of urban. We have this in the last stanza. Defenseless under the night, our world in stupor lies, yet dotted everywhere, ironic points of light. Again, they're in the city, they've got bright lights, they just want to go in the fields. They want to go, in a way they kind of want to go back to the war because it's dark and they can appreciate nature and life. But they can't. They don't want to because it's war. We see also, I think the last line really just sums it up, the last 2 lines. Negation and despair, showing an affirming flame. So they're negating all of their responsibilities, all of what they're supposed to do. And that's what's sticking. That's how they're living their lives. They're giving up. And so a lot of this time period, it's really fear. Real fear driven. And so these people are stuck. I mean, you have the stock market crash in the United States. Scary time period for us. And the Great Depression. All around the world. Great Depression. World War I. World War II. World War I comes before the stock market crash. I'm sorry. But you see all these things back to back. And these people are just like, whew. They've got to take it all in. And this is how they react to about it. So, like I said, real self-reflecting. Real just kind of, whoa. It's a time of, again, reflecting and just taking it all in, and they just don't know how to react. So that is our first modern poem. Our second modern poem is a short one, and it is called Evening by Hilda Doolittle. So we will do that one next, so be on the lookout for that. And then again, we have that wrap-up video, so be on the lookout for those two things. And I will see you next time.